Hey guys and gals, this is Psionic Arrow with the AMX M4 1945 Tier 7 French Heavy Tank. This is the last French Heavy Tank you'll be playing without an autoloader. I don't know how that makes you guys feel. Maybe you're interested into the autoloader and that's why you're going down this line. In which case, you know, be happy, you're almost done. It's got 1,200 hit points, it weighs 56 tons. It has an 850 horsepower engine and a speed limit of 35 kilometers per hour. That is the same speed limit as the Porsche Tiger, but because the AMX is lighter and has a bigger engine, its acceleration is much better. Armor-wise, it's got 100 millimeters on the front of the turret, 70 on the side, 40 on the back. Hull armor of 90 on the front, 40 on the side, 40 on the back. So, not that much armor. And it's not, well, the armor's not that great. It is very similar to the Henschel Tiger, which is just the regular Tiger Tier 7 German heavy tank. That is this guy over here. It's got 100 millimeters of armor on the front and 82 on the side and 82 on the back. So the Henschel Tiger has more armor on the side of the tank than this AMX, which makes the Henschel Tiger able to side scrape much more easily. Now, best thing about this tank is that it does have sloped armor, and even the turret is sloped, and the turret is also mounted in the front of the tank. So, you're going to be able to go around corners much more easily than a Henschel Tiger can. However, no side scraping, or very little side scraping, will be involved with your play. I mean, it's not really that great of an idea with only 40 millimeters on the side of your tank. View range 360 meters with a 750 meter signal range, so that is pretty standard for the Tier 7 heavy tanks. Weapon choices. So it's the 90mm DCA 45 with 6.98 round per minute rate of fire, 212mm of average penetration, 240 average damage with 0.36 accuracy and 2.9 seconds of aiming time. So it's got a pretty good rate of fire. Penetration is really awesome. Accuracy is adequate, and aiming time, it's the same as the 88mm L71 that the Tiger and Henschel Tiger and Porsche Tiger get. Also the Panther as well, but that's on a different tier. So, sorry, Panther 2 gets that gun, but that's on a different tier. So, this is the exact same cannon, if we take a look, as the ARL-44. However, it performs much better on the AMX. I really like the ARL-44 with this cannon because at Tier 6 and penetrating Tier 8 tanks willy-nilly it's kind of a little jarring for those Tier 8 tank players. Here you're going to be able to penetrate the Tier 8 tanks very easily, and even Tier 9 tanks, if you get in some nicely aimed shots, you'll be able to penetrate them very well. Track traverse of 24 degrees per second, turret traverse of 30 degrees per second. And that's pretty standard on a heavy tank. You're not going to be able to circle with the speed that you have. You do have good acceleration, so the maneuverability that you get from going in and out of cover is what you're going to want to use. You can snipe with this tank. It is not it's not as accurate as the German tanks, of course. So you're gonna wait for your aim time to go in all the way as you would any normal tank, really. But this is a must if you're going to be sniping. Don't take snapshots when sniping. It does not have an excellent accuracy. So equipment wise, I put on ventilation, not vertical stables, tank gun rammer, and an enhanced gun lane drive, just to keep the aim time down, because 2.9 seconds of aiming time, I'm not really used to that long of an aiming time. And of course this uses a large caliber tank gun rammer because it is a 90mm cannon. And our ammunition wise, 62 rounds of armor piercing, 6 rounds of premium, and 6 rounds of HE. With 212mm of penetration, I don't really need to switch to armor piercing or HE to stop the cap or something like that. Now, if it was maybe an E75 that was sitting on cap, and it was pointing its front armor at you, maybe an HE shell to knock his tracks off is going to help. But that's about it. It costs 4,000 credits for a premium round and 10 gold. So if we take a look at, if you're firing premium out of this thing, you get 259 millimeters of penetration. And that is, I believe, the same amount of penetration you get on the Tier 10 German heavy tank, the Maus. It's around that range anyway. It might even be more. Let's take a quick check on that. I know they don't have a lot of penetration, 246. So you do get more penetration than the Maus when firing its regular rounds when you're firing premium from this thing. So, you know, Maus does not have great penetration, but if you can aim this thing properly and you're shooting at Tier 9 tanks from the front, I'm pretty sure you can go through anything except an E75 or what is that other one called? The VK4502P. Unless you're aiming at the lower plate, and even then it's iffy. Tier 9 tanks are iffy for a Tier 7 tank to penetrate. So with your speed, you're going to want to go around the E75 or not even just surprise the Tier 9 tanks. Be in a position that they're not going to expect you to be in. Try to make sure you're not spotted while getting there so that they won't know you're coming. And you'll be able to do some damage and get tons of experience for shooting high tier tanks. Yeah, so with the AMX M4 1945, I have decided to go with some really weird skills for my crew. I've got Mentor on the commander, Snapshot on whatever this guy is. What is the gunner? Driver gets off-road driving, radio operator gets situational awareness, and loader gets repairs. So, I mean, it's not really that great of a combination. Maybe if they're all at 100%, it'll be better, but I prefer putting all repairs first, and then maybe switch the commander's repair skill to Sixth Sense, which is really invaluable, actually. It's just amazing to have Sixth Sense on all your tanks. It doesn't matter if it's a heavy tank or not. Of course, if you're in one of the German Tier 10 heavy tanks, of course you're going to be spotted, you know? You're just a giant, big chunk of metal with a huge gun, and you're going to be spotted really, really easily. But, you know, it might even come in handy on those things, just to know when you're spotted by a light tank that you can't see, and, you know, you get back into cover so artillery can't pound you to death. Right, another thing, artillery for this tank is not a good match. Artillery for any tank is not a good match, but for this one in particular, they can do a ton of damage to you if they drop a shell in on the top of your tank. Obviously over here, not a good spot to get hit. It'll damage a lot of your crew and components and modules and stuff like that when it hits. So let's get into a game. We're on Ensk, and it's an encounter battle, and I'm going to proceed forward in this area. This is usually where I go on Ensk with an encounter battle. You usually want to go in this direction and maybe send a couple of guys down towards the cap just to keep anybody from just sitting there all the time and just gaining capture points. So I was a little bit out in the open over here. Not a good idea for this tank, but it didn't seem like there were too many people that can spot me. So that shot over there probably got me spotted. I held my shot there, shoot him. He's got okay accuracy, especially at that range, and I know there was somebody over there. There you go, AMX 12T, just fired. I saw the tracer and I fired because I didn't know if he was going to show up, and I missed. And I missed again, so we'll just keep moving. I did bounce a shot from him. I noticed this VK3601 is moving down here, so I should have waited a little bit more for him to just drive out and I get to shoot him in the flank. But here we go. with the proper angling, you can still get bounces, especially when it's a VK and it's got 132 millimeters of penetration.
One of the tracks was hit. Looks like that one went right through.
Yep, he got my tracks. Now he's actually going forward. I guess he doesn't realize my gun reloads quite fast. He managed to track me, and then he just suddenly stops. So let's just get rid of him.
Let's go.
It looks like there's the enemy Panther is on cap. That's what it looks like to me. It doesn't matter though, he's left the cap. And I'm gonna proceed over here. Maybe I can flank. No, I guess not. Hellcat and the Panzer IV over there. There's also a British Tank Destroyer and a VK 3001 or 3001P. Didn't look like there was anybody here. I'm gonna turn around, and then the VK showed up, so I gotta turn back quick. Can I hit him? No. I hit one of the supportings. One of the supports for this structure here. Looks like that Hellcat and the Panzer IV are in trouble. I managed to track the VK. Type 58. Does he know I'm here? Oh, just his tracks. I decided I wanted to track him there and then deal with the VK alone, but I guess I left that a little too long. The VK has escaped. And the Type 58 is now realized. Well, he's shooting at me now. He shot my cover. Ah, got another bounce. This is not typical for this tank, but it is a Tier 7 match. And I'll manage to get a nice shot in on him right at the end. So you can see the side of the tank is really no armor at all. Shooting at the front of this tank though, you do get bounces. Now, what's left? I'm gonna chase down that VK. Last spotted to my left. Yeah, he's still there. Didn't expect that building to be there. I guess, you know, I don't know this map incredibly well. But there goes the VK 3001P. T29. Alright, he's got, what is it, 198 millimeters penetration, so he'll deal damage to me no matter where he shoots. Alright, looks like the Cromwell's gonna pop out.
We've hit them hard.
Hopefully our VK can handle the T29 by himself. I'm gonna have to watch his back with this Cromwell.
We've hit them hard.
Oh, and there's a T25 AT over there. Alright. He watched his own back over there. And, yeah. That's not good. T29 is gonna get himself taken out right there. And, I'm just gonna head in this direction. I don't want to face off frontally against the T25 AT. That thing's got a pretty big gun. So I'm gonna get into a position where I can use some of my armor. 88, okay. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh no, T25 AT shown up.
Looks like that one went right through.
Okay, and he hit my gun.
We can't fire
So
accurately.
I'm gonna have to repair that. There we go.
We've lost a track.
And now he's tracked me, so that is not good. He'll deal a lot of damage to me.
Enemy is hit.
Yeah, look at that. That's a ton of damage. One more shot into me and he could kill me, but I reloaded in time to take him out. 88 is over there, and now he's not. Alright, let's take a look at the stats. Mastery badge, Ace Tanker with Master Gunner and a Steel Wall, 1,241 points of experience with 3 kills and 3,350 damage done to the enemy team. 21 shots fired, 17 hits, 17 penetrations. I received potential damage of 2,555, spotting damage 66, so that's negligible. Credits received 33,000 on premium account, non-premium 17,000. So that's pretty average for these kind of tanks at the moment. And well, that's what you get with the AMX M4 1945. Lots of penetration, good maneuverability, and lots of fun in my opinion. So thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you in future videos.